What if a draft on August 15th is what you need?
Oh, another Influencer 101 for the backward hats, bro. Rigged!
Zach Ertz with no Tyler Algier bringback?
Yikes. You reached around for correlation? That's a no-no. You ADP bros disgust me. How about you just live a little? Handcuffing might actually be a way to get unique if the field's avoiding it.
The Wi-Fi at this resort is a disaster?
These fucking streamers don't have player takes.
What if a piss boy draft is the room you need?
Oh!
GM freshened up the intro here at Best Ball Breakfast. You know, sometimes I listen to more professional broadcasters and I notice that they always say their name. There we go. And I'm your host, Peter Overzet. I think I must have like a 1% hit rate of saying my name at the top of a show. I'm Peter Overzet, and I will be your guide through the best ball cosmos today. How are we doing on this fine morning? GMs. Omar feeling the new intro. We had to freshen it up. GM. If you guys haven't seen the video for some reason, I have the link down below. It's over on the Deposit Kingdom YouTube channel. Best Ball Guys Volume 2 dropped. People seem to be enjoying it. Davis Maddock living up to the bit. I log online this morning and I see him. First, I see him have a tweet about drafting on the plane, whatever. Then I see him in the mentions arguing about Albert O with multiple people. All is right in the world. Davis Maddock on his way to his honeymoon, thinking about the Broncos tight end depth chart. J Mike in the chat says he met Karain this weekend, presumably at the expo, and introduced myself as John. Immediately thought I'm an idiot. Yeah, you got to go with the J Mike. If you have built your online brand around a nickname, you just have to stick with it. Omar says, what if the host that doesn't intro himself is the host you need? That's what I'm banking on. Here. Let's see. Greg says he is ready to overreact to weekend preseason action. Yeah, what were the things that, what are people overreacting about? I wrote up some things in the newsletter this morning, just checking the pulse on Twitter. The things that I saw talked about the most was George Pickens. George Pickens has that dog in him, is what I've been told. Travis Etienne, full health, making explosive plays. Antonio Gibson, undraftable, fumbling the ball, losing short yardage carries to Brian Robinson and Jonathan Williams. And who is the other one? Oh, Dameon Pierce. Dameon Pierce is apparently a blend of LaDainian Tomlinson and Marshall Falk, from what I can see on Twitter. Yeah, there it is. Pacheco, RB1. Yes, Rojo's getting cut. Rojo is getting cut is what I've been told. So I guess I'll start drafting him now at pick 190 instead of pick 120. We are going to dollar cost average all the way down on Ronald Jones. What else do we got here? Dameon Pierce. It's all Dameon Pierce stuff. Pacheco, Dameon Pierce, Pickens, Dubs. Yeah, Dubs is screaming up draft boards. Yeah, Liam just posted this in the Discord. Pat running a really a slow materializing fly route, I believe. Maybe it was a post dig. Maybe I'm just saying words of routes and I don't know what they mean. Yeah, the expo looked like a fun time. Saw a bunch of photos popping up there. I tapped into Ray G was doing his show this morning. Apparently he tore his Achilles out there on the football field in that flag football game. Let the record show I was invited to play on the 0 RB squad put together by RotoViz's Curtis Patrick. Slid into my DMs, asked if I wanted to come join the squad. It looked like they had a great squad. Reeves on that team. Let's see. What other stuff? Cotter thinks rest in peace. Ronald Jones exposure. Oh, no. We are not resting anything in peace. We are still accumulating. We are packing bags at a cheaper price. That's right. Star Kindler gets it. Rojo forever. Peter Overs Pet says Treston Ebner could be the guy you need. I did see, I had the TV on for a little bit this weekend, and the second I turned it on, it was that Bears Chiefs game, and I saw Ebner ripping off a big run. And I said, another way to bet against David Montgomery. Sign me up for that. Swift look amazing. Love to hear that. Ben Briggs says Kenny Galloway, I don't know if he's related to Kenny Galladay, has cement-filled cleats. Rolling says Darnold will be on the BBM3 winning lineup. Open that third eye. Wow. Wow. You know what we need to do? We need to pour some coffee. I got so caught up in the fire hose of preseason news from you guys that I forgot to do my iced coffee. Only had 2 more ice cubes made. Down bad, only 2 ice cubes. I'm normally a 3 ice cube kind of guy. We're at the tail end of our concentrate here, our cold brew concentrate. So we're just trying to get through. We're trying to get through here. 1/3. Last week, I think I ended up having 3 iced coffees because I had 1 before the show and then 2 during the show. And I was lit. The caffeine was coursing through my veins. Yeah, Nick said this is it is my preferred iced coffee glass. It is my Guinness mug here. Just a very nice shape. I believe it really pulls out the tannins in these iced coffees. There aren't tannins, but sorry, I kind of rushed through some of these pours. I hope all of you ASMR bros are getting everything you need to out of this. Can I get a little glass clink for you? There it is. There it is. Is today a 40% mix day? I think I went like about 35%. That's right, Paul. What if 2 ice cubes is what you need to not get tilted on a Monday morning? I'm glad you mentioned that, Paul, because I do need to get in the right mental headspace. A lot of times these streams can go in 2 different directions depending on how many badge bros hop in these drafts with me. I'm going to try to have a chill morning, get this week started off on the right foot. Lots of drafts coming this week, both here and on Ship Chasing. Gem City says, how many BBMs left? Let's go look, and then we will hop in a draft. Let's go look, figure out what we are working with here. I have completed 106 Best Ball Mania 3 teams, meaning after today, I will have 43 left. We will do one on Splash Play later today. I don't know if we figured out if that's going to be on my account or Spags's, which, by the way, if you happen to miss, Spags and I did a double header last Thursday. We did Splash Play Power Hour. I think we each had 6 beers during the course of that show. And then we, unfortunately and regrettably, thought it would be a good idea to roll right into a randomizer draft. I was not on my A+ hosting game, and it was a shit show. So if you'd like to watch that, it is for some reason still available on my YouTube channel. I thought about pulling it down, but we'll leave it up there, I guess, as just a memory of all the mistakes I've made on stream. Let's see here. What do we have going on here? Omar, when I first bought cold brew concentrate, I used to drink it without diluting it for months. You must have been shot out of a cannon. The reviews for the Splash Play randomizer are apparently positive here. Must see shows, all timer. There you go. Yes, and then I did go draft in the Draft Sharks Invitational after that. Didn't love my team. I won that contest 2 years ago. Very fun format, super flex and tight end premium, goes really deep, 25 rounds. I made a few little mistakes. I misread the room in a few spots. It ended up being more of a piss boys draft than has been in previous years. And even though I waited on my first running back, I grabbed Breece Hall. There was a pick a little later where I took Rashad Penny, which I think proved to be a mistake. I think I recovered okay, but not my best draft. Not my best draft. All right, guys, let's hop in a Best Ball Mania 3 draft. We'll see how many of you badge bros are out here this morning. Luckily, some of you badge bros have started to max or have finished maxing. So maybe you guys can just chill out for a little while. It was blowing my mind. I was looking at the calendar and I'm like, we only have a handful more of these. Thank God I didn't get the 101. We only have a handful more of these Best Ball breakfast shows. Last year I did, I think I called it the 12 days of Best Ball breakfast or something. And I did a draft every day for 12 straight days. And I brought on a lot of guests. I would love to do something similar to that this year, but this next 2 weeks are going to be crazy with me moving. So I don't know. I'll try to squeeze in a few more though. There's a lot of guests that I've wanted to bring on. I'm always torn because I like doing these solo streams on Mondays, but I also really like having guests and talking through new strategic angles. I, of course, drafted the best team in my portfolio last year on stream with Eric Beimfor. We need to run that one back. So yeah, I believe tomorrow at 1, I'm going to be doing the ETR stream with Hertzik. I am the sack of potatoes. You can find it on YouTube. It'll say draft with the winner of Best Ball Mania 1 and a sack of potatoes. If you're on the ETR social media team and you're not photoshopping my head on a potato within a sack of potatoes for that thumbnail, you're doing it wrong. ETR, you do a lot of great work over there. If you do not Photoshop my head on a potato for that thumbnail, you are doing it wrong. All right, what are we doing in this draft? What pick did I even get? I have to scroll. Oh my God. The anti-influencer 112, the pauper 112, the peasant 112. Gosh. Kyle, do you make those? Yeah. I can even send you the PNG. I already removed the background on it.
Draft with the winner of Best Ball Mania 1 in a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, you guys are lucky that StreamYard doesn't have the 20-second delay. No, I'll battle the badge, bros. It was just a couple of weeks ago. I needed a break from you guys. No, you can't. The shirtless is very special occasion. That special occasion being I'm A, drunk, and B, someone sends me $100. Which is probably what a lot of women coming back from Mardi Gras have explained to their significant others as well. Let's see here. Okay, so we're doing this? We're doing a Piss Boys draft? That's what we're doing here? This is what we're doing. All right. I can already see what's going on here. Normally, I would maybe take Saquon and Debo. You know what? Let's start mixing it up a little bit. I've talked about trying to get, let's do 2 second-round picks and get unique. Let's just keep loading up on I don't think I have any T. Higgins and Saquon. And also, there's a wide receiver avalanche happening right now. There it is. I believe, was that Kyle? Kyle, were you the one in the ship chasing Discord that made the first cut of that? You posted that, the avalanche clip, and then I added some music to it and knew I had to add it to my streams here. It's the only way I can now cope with an avalanche draft. At least we have a clip for it. At least we have a clip for it. He's laughing about 109 Higgins, and I just took him at 2-1. So, I mean, what's the difference? Oh, Chad says, Pete, do you know if UD is firing off another puppy? I have zero insider information. I am a very, influential person at the company, but not that influential. I doubt it. I would honestly doubt it. I think we need to get BBM3 filled here. 55%. 55%. I have not played that clip before. I loaded it in the hopper for the ship chasing streams and my streams. I knew it would come in handy here one of these days. And yes, Kyle, there you go. Yeah, Kyle got us kicked off for that. I asked permission to use that. Just had to add some dramatic music, and then I know we were in business. And yeah, the oh God at the end. It's an actually terrifying video. The first time I watched that clip, he seemed to not have any sense of urgency. He was just completely okay there, getting buried in the avalanche, kind of like Leone, willing to take Josh Jacobs and just get buried by the avalanche. Yeah, they haven't seen the full clip yet. I did let them know there is an avalanche related clip now. Over on ship chasing, we have so many clips now. We've really diversified our clips. For years, it was just LaVisca Chenault. Then it was LaVisca and Rojo. Then we got Sky, and now we have so many rookies. We're to the point now where people are sending in clips. I don't even know if I want to spoil another late round wide receiver clip that was just submitted by AC. I don't know if AC is in the chat today. So I guess I should say, if you do have a clip, if you fancy yourself a budding cinematographer in the realm of NFL highlights, feel free to submit, I would say, a sub 30-second clip to me for either these streams or ship chasing. We have a massive schedule of drafting on tap over these next few weeks on ship chasing. If you guys aren't subscribed there, I did post the full highlight video of our draft last week with BBM3 and Leone, or was that 2 weeks ago? Yeah. Ended up being an 8-minute highlight reel. Zenon, who helps me out with editing stuff, he said, yeah, it's about 8 minutes. And I was like, that seems too long. I was like, I'll check it out. Let me see. I'll probably have some stuff you can remove. I said, no notes. It needed the full 8 minutes. So that's on this channel if you haven't seen the highlight reel. And yeah, if you guys are best ball bros or haven't ventured over and caught us over on ship chasing, I think you will very much enjoy what we got going on over there. Had a really good show with Sean Siegel last week, kind of talking through season long for this year. Highly recommend it. Willis, please, Willis, if you make a Zeke clip, I will begrudgingly take him. I will waste one of my BBM3 bullets on Zeke if you make me a Zeke clip, Willis. That is my promise to you. Oh yeah, there's Alex. It's up to him if he wants to reveal who the clip is that he made. It's a guy I've drafted a lot here on this show, on this stream, but not as much on ship chasing. Scott, this is a disaster. Did you just copy and paste something from an Excel sheet? I can't read this, Scott. I can't read this. All right, what are we about to do here? Did this avalanche really kick in? I knew it was too good to be true to let me get Kyle Pitts at 312. God damn it. God damn it. This is such a gross spot in the draft. Marquise Brown. Whatever. I'm not going to get buried. I'm not going to get buried by my own avalanche. ADP is a social construct. Just live a little and don't get buried by the avalanche. A David Montgomery clip. You know what? I told Willis I would draft David Montgomery or Zeke. I don't know if I can make the same promise for a David Montgomery clip. How about this? If someone makes a David Montgomery clip and they Photoshop the field to looking like quicksand and then kind of set it to slow motion, I guess you wouldn't have to set it to slow motion. David Montgomery would just do that for you. I think I would play the clip and I would draft him once for the clip equity. Yeah, Josh says, I've noticed you often pass up on A-Rob. Any specific reason? Yeah, he's not one of my guys. I do feel like he's being drafted close to his ceiling right now, unless there's an injury to Cooper Kupp. I certainly see the contingent upside with Allen Robinson if something were to happen to Cooper Kupp. I've listened to, Gretch and Leone talk about this from a projection standpoint. I've heard Sean make some good points about this too, that when you're really betting big on a massive Allen Robinson season, it is a huge bet against Cooper Kupp. And it's just not a bet I really want to make. I also was able to get Allen Robinson a little earlier before he creeped up. He was hanging out in the 5th round of drafts for a while there in the summer. And now after the training camp buzz, after Robert Mays saying he's looking incredible at camp, he's up to pick 38 here. Obviously, this is a Piss Boys draft, so not quite the same. What is his ADP? But yeah, he's just not my favorite guy in that range, in that pick 40 range. It's hard for me to envision him being a 2nd round pick next year. I just don't know how much meat is on the bone there. Whereas I think a guy like Gabe Davis could easily be, a 2nd round pick next year. So I don't know. I just don't see a ton of like full on breakout potential. I think you're hanging your hat on a lot of touchdowns, which certainly could be in the cards, but we also know touchdowns are very volatile and hard to predict. So I don't know. I just don't see the massive season from Allen Robinson without a cup injury. Yes, we would definitely indulge a David Montgomery special teams highlight clip for sure. Okay, here comes Mathology with the ultimate what if. Do you want to know, Mathology? You almost got me. I almost went to open a new Chrome tab and Google Ashley Robinson. I said, no. I'm not falling for your horny little tricks at 10:20 a.m. on this beautiful Monday. It looks like if you were wanting to make the David Montgomery clip, there are a lot of suggestions from the chat. Just scroll through the chat. You'll get lots of ideas. You just need the commentaries going Montgomery for 1 yard over and over again, 3 yard after 3 yard. There you go. Someone make that clip happen, and I'll give you a value hound shirt if you make me a really good David Montgomery clip. John Warner fell for the clip. Everyone self-honk yourself if you guys are Googling Ashley Robinson on this morning. Hey, don't do that. I mean, but we don't applaud Badge Bros for their great drafts. All right. This is classic Based Frank in here. How is Based Frank not maxed yet? This guy's in every draft. We need NFTs to come back so Based Frank gets out of our drafts. If Jonathan says, what if David Montgomery is the guy you need? If David Montgomery is the guy you need, I'm going to log off forever and retire as a best ball thought leader. All right. What are we looking at here on this board? Are you guys going to make me take Cam Akers or J.K. Dobbins? I'll probably take one of them. It also would be nice to get Kyler with one of these two picks. We already have Marquise. Am I going to get buried by the avalanche? Elijah Moore goes. He's the only guy that would have given me pause over a Kyler and running back pairing. We'll go Cam Akers here at pick 60. I'm only at 2.9% Cam Akers. This seems about the price to add a Cam Akers share. And we will get that stack with Marquise Brown. Sometimes I have been seeing Kittle and Waller falling deep into the fifth. They're not here, so we'll go the elite quarterback route. Easy says Frank. Base Frank is lecturing on GTO lobby joining time, and it's something special. I'm sure.
The streamer drafts are actually extremely EV for me, as it allows me to diversify the texture of my boards with extremely different pairings.
You know what? DJ Dog says, why is everyone so scared to J.K. Dobbins coming off injury, but are willing to take CMC who's made of glass? I actually don't think people are. Well, I guess you're right, because he has been way too cheap. Although in most drafts, he started to inch up now that he's on track to play week 1. I'm not sure why he slipped in this draft other than it's a piss boys draft. And in these drafts, people value these elite quarterbacks. They value these elite tight ends. They value these second-year breakout wide receivers. And so naturally, someone's going to get pushed down. It ended up becoming Dobbins there. Oh, this is a good note from John. Whoever is making that David Montgomery clip, there is that the screenshot of the ESPN broadcast showing his comps. What was it like? He's got the vision of Le'Veon Bell, the power of Ezekiel Elliott, and the agility of Saquon. And he's got the heart of Damian Pierce. GM FF Doom. Yeah, I will say I get DJ's point here, though, that we are very kind of inconsistent in where we apply these rules of thumbs of where we're scared for certain guys coming back from injury and not. Like, I'm guilty of this as well. Like, I know I'm scared of Michael Thomas. Like, I think Michael Thomas is dusted, but then I'll be ready to buy back in on J.K. Dobbins. I guess it's a different conversation when you think about their ages, for sure, but it's much easier to cherry pick which injuries we're scared of, which ones we're not. Star Kindler says the Drake London thing shook me. Yeah. Has he had his MRI yet? I haven't seen any other updates on that from Drake London. Oh man, this is fun. It's always a fun morning when Christian Kirk's going at pick 71. Goodness. You guys are sick. Absolutely sick. This is just one of those not fun rooms. But I'm trying to have a positive attitude. What do you guys think about the video box down here? It feels kind of edgy, huh? I don't know if I like it. What does Bubba say here? Why is Saquon last year dismissed because he was coming off ACL, but no worries for Dobbins at all? Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, we cherry pick which injuries we want to be concerned about. The thing though, I think really the difference is which of these guys do you think really realistically, if the injury isn't going to impact their production this year, do they have the upside to be a smash? I see it with Saquon, right? I mean, if Saquon's good to go, Dable with this offense, if he's a top 5 back, would that surprise anyone? God damn it. Garrett Wilson going at pick 82. Look at this board. This is disgusting. Watch Dabs take Burks here too. Watch him. Go ahead. Take him. Take him. Go for it. Snipe me. There you go. Thank you very much. This is bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Am I real? I have to take MVS. I have to take MVS at pick 85 so I don't get buried by the avalanche. Jesus. Holly, this ain't my first rodeo. This ain't my first piss boy draft. This isn't my first time running from an avalanche. You do not zig while they zag. That's how you end up with 100 feet of snow over your head while you gasp for air. You do not zag. You capitulate. Take Pickens. Let's save Pickens for the 9-10 turn. Snow does not melt. No. The snow melts once the draft is over. Trust me, Holly. Trust me. I know how this goes. I've seen many a zaggers thinking that they can outsmart a piss boys draft. I'll just scoop up all this running back value. Newsflash. The running back becomes the best pick in every single round. Josh Jacobs at 91 still feels a smidge early, but Leone is applauding Sam for that selection. He says Peter Overzet has jumped the shark passing on Josh Jacobs at 85. Well, guess what, Sam? We're making you to be the asshole in the room. See, now this is the take. You got to piss your way out of the snow, says Kyle. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I thought, what are you badge bros? Tell me why you get in these groups. Why? Why do we do this to each other? Wouldn't it be fun to watch me stream with a bunch of normies in the room? All right, now we're talking offensive line in the chat. Now this is how we know we're off to the races. Brandon Thorne has the Giants O-line number 23, but says their run blocking is significantly better than their pass blocking. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. Alex, I like to diversify my exposures with different textures. Yes, all the pretentious red badge brigade bros. Nico, all of us are. Feels like I'm lighting $25 on fire with this draft. Okay, this is the true answer. You guys are all chasing the stream equity clout. Do you if you hop in a streamer draft, do you guys label your draft like 8:15 best ball breakfast so you can go back and find it? Here's the problem is you're not even getting any bit or cloud equity. What you really need to do is start sending me super chat tips to say something about your team. And then you can hire a social media person to cut up a highlight clip of the draft where you drafted the 2 million. $25 to see my username on the YouTube screen. I could arrange this. There's probably a better way we can do this. Look at the label bros. Look at the label bros. What are we doing here? This is absolutely disgusting. Are we going to do a naked KC stack? I like, this is just not even fun. Should we just take Kareem Hunt? Ugh. It's just a great time. It's just a great time to log in and hate every single one of your picks. What is the cost of a nipple this morning? $299 for a nipple. The price has gone up. I'm not taking Pickens at pick 109. Just get out of here. I'm tilting. 8:15, rest in Pete. Pete died by an avalanche. Derek says, are you happy about Akers' 16 picks after ADP? I am. Oh. Yeah, I forgot to do the drop. I got a great price on Cam Akers. Incredible. Yeah, correct, Josh. You're the smart. You just come in here, have a little coffee, watch the carnage, watch the bloodshed. Price is going up. Price is going up. I think I lowballed it too the first time. I mean, if someone Snap sends $100 for you to take your shirt off, you didn't set the price high enough. I didn't value myself like I should have. Liam's too busy doing cut-ups of Pat Crane playing flag football. I love Liam's YouTube strategy. This is how Liam thinks about YouTube. He's like, I need to get the biggest guest possible to help blow up my channel. He's like, who could I get? I could get I'll get some poker guys that'll help get me to a new audience. I'll get the guy from The Bachelor who cheated on DraftKings. Yeah, I'll get him. Oh, and then I'll also do a 4-minute film breakdown of Pat Crane playing fat flag football. That's called balancing your range. Liam Murphy's YouTube strategy. We're going to be taking notes from him. Stark Kindler says, what the hell are we going to do when Best Ball Breakfast is over this year? We're going to review our shitty GPP lineups every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Pete's Bankroll Challenge. What shitty wide receivers do I get to take at the 11-12 turn? Yeah, best ball season has been absolutely incredible, but I am starting to get excited about DFS. I haven't quite figured out everything I'm going to do yet this year. I'll let you guys know once I know my schedule. But definitely going to have the Monday morning lineup reviews for sure. Seriously, dude. Seriously.
Today on Liam Murphy's YouTube channel, the winner of BBM2
And Stormy Daniels. All right, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? So who called DJ Chark? Who called DJ Chark? Let's grab some more wide receiver. I do actually like Dotson here. I'm surprised Dotson survived this avalanche. There we go. Did we recover? Are we recovered yet? Peter Overzet, did you go over your final summary of the Pete Bankroll challenge last year? I think I did. Didn't I show my spreadsheet on stream? I maybe didn't do a recap video. I know that is what DFS YouTube content creators are supposed to do.
I made $1.3 million this year. 2,000 of it was from playing single entry GPPs. The other 1.29 million were from affiliate links.
Do they have Underdog in a federal prison? A lot of you guys are about to find out. A lot of you are about to find out. What do you guys think, Soccer Dave? What do you think Soccer Dave's content strategy would be if he won Best Ball Mania 3? Do you think he'd start his own YouTube channel? I'm more fascinated by that. I would want to see how David Kitchen would parlay his best ball thought leadership into content and monetization. Think he'd get like a sponsorship from Dairy Queen? We would all be so lucky to have a year of David Kitchen victory lapping a Best Ball Mania 3 victory. Someone put up a poll. Was it Liam? I think Liam put up a poll. Who from the Swolecast would you want to see win the 2 million? And David Kitchen is absolutely the right answer. I honestly think Davis would be sneaky fun too. Davis would just be absolutely insufferable in a way that I think would be pretty enjoyable. I'd be insufferable too, but I don't think quite to the extent of those guys. Pickens went 118 in the overflow. Win week 1 cash shell. I already have Trey Lance in my week 1 cash shell. Tyler says Dave would work even less. I don't even know if that's possible. Full-blown modern The Thinker with anything FF would go rogue and open a DQ. Dave franchising a DQ would be absolutely incredible. Herzig does need to lean into this pizza party bit. I think he needs to throw a pizza party regardless of where his best team finishes in Best Ball Mania 3. Ryan says the greatest victory of all time is still Josh Norris's mock draft. Yes, that was an incredible victory lap. It was awesome too because he admitted it. He was like, my greatest accomplishment is something where I didn't win any money for it. But he was celebrating as if he just won $10 million. Like he had just won the World Series of Poker and it was incredible. Had the sunglasses on, the champagne. All-time great moment there. Yeah, what if drafting the winning team on your honeymoon flight is the draft you need? I actually saw the roster. I almost replied, what does Mac Jones do for this team? He literally saw a tweet from Rudman this morning, hyping up Mac Jones and then tacked on Mac Jones as his QB3 on his Mile High Club plain draft. All right, what are we even doing here? What are we even doing? This draft just sucks. I think we should probably grab a tight end. We do some more Hunter Henry. Gesicki's been falling in drafts. Everyone's worried about him blocking. I still like Henry. Would give me another option for Mac Jones late after I saw that Rudman tweet. Let's do that. Would have liked Rashad White or Michael Carter. That's out of the cards. Is there anything at wide receiver just with a pulse? No. Confirmed, no pulse. Fine. We'll take Tyler Algier, the running back 8 on the Atlanta Falcons. I just drafted the 8th running back on the Atlanta Falcons. Maybe I'll handcuff him with John Rain and Avery Williams later. Aren't you worried? Am I worried about Jonnu Smith? No. If you believe Patriots fans, Mac Jones is going to turn into Joe Montana this year and support 19 different pass catchers. So pretty sure I'm not worried. I actually don't mind Jonnu as a late dart throw, but I don't really think Jonnu and Hunter Henry are at their prices are super mutually exclusive as far as only one of them hitting. It seems like Jonnu's going to get more gadget type stuff. Like that's how they like to use him. Dave is getting lucky on his honeymoon. Is getting Jamar Chase at 108. I prefer the rookie tight ends for the Galbrain late round tight end selections. Give me Dulcich, give me Trey McBride, but I don't mind the Jonnu stuff. The Patriots is there an easier team to backdoor stack than the Patriots? You get Mac Jones, you have Kendrick Bourne available, you have Tyquan Thornton available, you have Jonnu Smith available, you have Ty Montgomery available, you could do Pierre Strong. They're a fun backdoor stack team. They are the ultimate safety net. Anytime I'm getting sniped on my snacks, I just say, hey, don't worry, guys. You can't phase me. I got a Mac Jones backdoor double stack in my pocket. Yes, Casey, from your lips to God's ears, and by God, I mean Jerry Jones's ears. Can Will Fuller join a team already? Every day, I get more and more nervous about smashing Will Fuller. What is my exposure to Will Fuller here? Feels like I take him a lot. Maybe it's not that much. Where are you, Fuller? 11.4%. That seems reasonable, right? That's reasonable for a guy who isn't going to play a snap of football this year. Is this a McBride draft? Probably not. I'll probably just rock Hawkinson and Henry there. If I had punted tight end 2 there, I guess I could have done. I've done a few of those builds where I just don't do a ton of tight end 3 builds. It's just not my preferred way to do it. Marco says I've been taking Proche as my last draft pick. I definitely take him a lot when I have Lamar. I did get a wonder how much of the Proche stuff is because Duvernay's been a little banged up. I've been trying to split a little bit between those two. Andrew says, Pete, what do you think of taking 2 of the top 3 QBs in one draft? My thought on, I don't mind the double elite QB if you're getting one of them at a value and if they're stacked. Like those are kind of my criteria for that. I don't want to be taking 2 elite QBs at ADP unless like your tier just got absolutely wiped out. Is this where I put my money where my mouth is on Rojo? What are we doing at quarterback? I guess we do need to get Mac here. We need to get Mac. Here it is. Let's just build out our double stack here. Why not? Live a little. Live a little. 2482. For the audio listeners,
I do post these on the In a Vacuum podcast feed, and they sometimes get mad when I'm not optimizing my YouTube stream for their audio pleasure. Here you go. Kyler Murray and Mac Jones at quarterback. Running backs, Saquon, Cam Akers, Kareem Hunt, Tyler Algier. Wide receivers, T. Higgins, Marquise Brown, Gabe Davis, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Mecole Hardman, DJ Chark, Jahan Dotson, Kendrick Bourne, TJ Hawkinson, Hunter Henry. We have 2 more picks, and I feel like I have a luxury pick in there somewhere. One of them is going to be a running back, and I think you could say I have a luxury pick. I could go Jared Goff to round out that double stack with Hawkinson and Chark. That makes sense. I could tack on another New England wide receiver. I could tack on Tyquan Thornton potentially. Let me know in the comments what I should do with my luxury pick. What would you do with your luxury pick? What does Mac do for this team? Well, he gives me a QB2. That's what he does, Paul. Where will Rojo land when he's cut from the Chiefs 53? What do they say about assumptions, Quan? You make an ass out of you and me. Aaron asking a really great question here. Pete, how was it drafting from the first time this season from the 112? It was incredible, man. It was fun to mix it up. You know, if you do the same things over and over in life, it gets stale. I kind of feel like I see the entire world, much less the best ball landscape, through a different lens now. I feel like I have a new lease on life. It's actually allowed me to put myself in your guys' shoes. You guys get the 110 through 112 in every single draft. I never really could relate to that. And so I thought this was a really good exercise for me today to experience the life of a peasant drafting at the back end of the first round. H. Dota is here to actually me into a 6 running back build. I did say it was a luxury pick, but this is a 5 running back build for me, for sure. Is this where we balance out? I assume someone already took Eno, right? Someone took Eno. This is where I think I hedge again. What am I at on my Eno exposure? 10.5%. Seems like more. But yeah, this seems like a good spot to get Darrell. I only have 1 Cardinal. This is more, I think, the appropriate price for Darrell Williams. You know, he's normally going higher. I guess the Eno stuff is now pushing him down a little bit, but we can do this. Let's get some Darrell. And what do we want to do for this last luxury pick? I think we just go all in on the Mac attack. We're talking about the ultimate backdoor stack team. I love me some Tyquan Thornton. Let's do it. 2592. Have to make up for our lack of quality at wide receiver here with quantity. Lots of suggestions in the chat. Ebner, Visca. Anthony always gets the 112. This is bullshit. Good call. Luxury pick should be James White. Locker room will appreciate the gesture. They'll play harder. Has anyone been taking Ty Montgomery on Underdog yet? I have not taken him on Underdog yet, but I don't even think it's not a sexy pick. It's probably not a bad pick. Probably not a bad pick. This was a truly miserable draft. Shout out to everyone who joined this draft. Here you go. You know what? I shouldn't be rewarding your bad behavior. You guys all revealed that the only reason you get in these drafts is because you want to see your name on the screen. I'm going to shout out everyone in this draft. This is what you want. All right. And God, your guys' usernames too are just absolutely insane sometimes for me to try to parse here. So shout out to Chris F1B. Shout out to J Light 13 from the 2-hole. Shout out Death from Zeski, drafting from the 3 spot. Shout out Pacelli 929, Badge Bro from the 4-hole. Shout out KJL. Seriously, shout out KJL. Super clean, crisp acronym username. Love it. Shout out Sham Chaudhry. I still don't know how to pronounce your last name. It's kind of like the Albert O situation for me now. I'll say shout out Sam C, who seems to be in every one of my drafts. Shout out Flip Flop Life. Shout out Flip Flop Life. Strong opinions, loosely held. Shout out Flip Flop Life. Shout out Nico Joy. Shout out Nico Joy, my second favorite Nico after Nico Collins, drafting there from the 8th spot. Shout out Based Frank. Shout out Based Frank. Stick to NFTs, Frank. Shout out S Becker 25 from the 10 spot. S Becker 25, I think, got buried by the Avalanche. Let me go back in here. And then also shout out DabK. DABK. Shout out DabK. Badge Bro from the 11. And then shout out me. Shout out me dealing with an Avalanche, drafting from a spot I've never selected from in my entire career. Shout out all around. Shout out Underdog Fantasy. Shout out the chat. Shout out David Montgomery. Can you review my team, J Light? Can you sauce my team? Sauce my team. Sauce my team. Sauce, 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 sauce. J Light, Christian McCaffrey, AJ Brown, Michael Pittman, ETN at 47 seems nice. Lamar Jackson, Kirk Olave. I probably take some of those rookies over Kirk in an Avalanche draft. Miles Sanders, 95. Ramondre, 98. I guess you backdoor Lamar with Likely and Duvernay. I guess I don't mind that. Backdoor Lawrence with Ingram. I don't do a lot of 3 tight end builds, but I kind of like how you did this year. I think Njoku, Ingram, and then a super unique 3rd tight end that is correlated with your quarterback makes sense. I mean, you drafted lots of dusty old wide receivers. It's fine. Oh, I do need to do the Underdog Cardio Club wheel spin. Easy wants me to remind us of your DK and FD usernames on the topics of totally normal, easy to read. Yeah, sure. And I'll actually put them on a banner and I'll scroll them across just so so it's easy. Yeah, let me get this for you. So FF Comedy Hour _Pete. The thing, Easy thinks he's trying to own me with thoughts and logic, but it's easy to pronounce. So there's one right there. DF Comedy. Oh, I spelled comedy wrong, but you get it. And my other one is an anagram, Revert Z Top. Also super easy to pronunciate. Very easy. There it is on the screen. There you go. You happy? You happy? Let's see. What's your take? Darrell over Eno, Bud. I would have taken Eno if he didn't go well before. Where did Eno go in this draft? Eno went at Eno went at 197 and I picked at 204. I've been smashing Eno. But what did Nick say? What's your take on Eno? All the training camp buzz, but abysmal in the first preseason game with Ingram looking great. I'm still in on Eno. Yeah. I think Darrell Williams to me is just not an exciting player. I think could he outperform his ADP by, 4 or 5 rounds, say he has that pass catching role, but we've already seen the Darrell Williams experience. Here I am fudding my, second to last pick. But I mean, what is the realistic upside from Darrell Williams? He's going to get no explosive plays. He's not going to get used around the goal line. I don't know. I see it a little bit more in full PPR. Eno just seems like the guy who still is probably likely to bust, but in the scenarios where he does hit, he hits in a massive way because of his profile. I think he's probably the most explosive rusher on that team. I don't know. All right, let's do this wheel spin here. This is for the Underdog Cardio Club. We will do another 3 winners. Get you a gift card to the store. You can get more Underdog Cardio Club merch. You can get other stuff. And I mentioned this last week, and some people have taken me up on it. If there are specific things you would like to see in the store, if it's basically something I have a logo for, or a design for, I can put it on lots of different stuff. I think Kevin Tompkins asked me for some zip up. He asked me for a Value Hound zip up hoodie. And so I whipped that up for him. So if you guys end up getting gift cards or you are just shopping around in the store and you want something, let me know. I'll try to get it up there for you. I wasn't quite in hoodie mode myself yet. It's still very hot, but did get a couple zip ups in there per Kevin's suggestion. So we got the Value Hound zip up hoodie and added the ship chasing there. So if you're getting ready for a crisp fall, you can do that. Let's go back and spin for our 3 UCC winners here. I should get a Dan Flash inspired tank. That would be good. All right. 3 winners, 3 gift cards. Who's still doing Underdog Cardio Club drafts? Are you guys getting your rake back? All right, let me write this down. We have Bay TOSD wins the first. Congratulations, Bay TOSD. These are Underdog usernames up here. Don't worry, I won't dox you. Who else do we have here? The Tax Man. The Tax Man. What a buzzkill. The Tax Man. I always remember, do you guys remember when the first guy who won Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And it was towards the end of the round, maybe right before the $1 million question or up there, or maybe it was early on in the show, whatever. I just remember Regis Philbin asking him what he did for a living. And he said he worked for the IRS, and the entire crowd booed him. I thought it was a great moment. I thought it was a great reality TV show moment. The future first millionaire on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire getting booed because he worked for the IRS. That was a good bit. I'm glad the crowd stepped up for that one. All right. And our final winner today is, see, this is what I'm talking about with these usernames. Like, what is this? Forn EKDF? Was this guy just mashing the keyboard when he signed on? This is what I'm talking about. Let's make some nicer usernames, guys. Think about the streamers out here. Think about us, the guys that have to read them on stream. All right. I love you all. Thank you for being here for Best Ball Breakfast. If you guys haven't seen the Best Ball Bros video, link down to that below. Go subscribe over on the Deposit Kingdom YouTube channel. We'll be back we had to push Splash Play back 30 minutes today. Had some scheduling stuff, but we'll be live at 3 p.m. Eastern to do another Best Ball Mania 3 draft. If the Badge Bros don't ever have to work and you guys can just come draft with me all day, then by all means, feel free to join us. Check out the newsletter today, Fantasy Life newsletter, in your inbox every single morning. Wrote about some training camp buzz, and yeah, you can check that out. And I believe that is it for now. I appreciate you all. Have a lovely day. Good luck as we sprint toward the BBM3 finish line. I'm Peter Overzet.